Hi, friends, enemies, neutral Switzerland-like parties. Uh, I don't want to be in the tropics right now. I'm not feeling that. Where do I want to be? Bam! In the woods, baby. I took the week off biking because I'm an old person now, so my body's like, wait, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. So I was like, all right, buddy, you win. I'll stop for 1 week. Then I'm back. And then you're screwed. So I guess we're screwed. Um, my knee started feeling a little, you know, I don't know. Like I hurt my knee in 2013. A tendonitis, and then that's a manageable thing. You just have to stretch more, and don't favor than the knee that hurts when you're pedaling. It's manageable, but every once in a while it feels like now my knee will like pop. I can like pop my knee, like I can crack my knuckles or something, which never was the case before. So that's kind of been the only lasting thing. But every once in a while, your knee feels like the kneecap or the joint just feels a little. It feels loose, but not loose. Like just kind of off. And that's usually a sign where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't ride 80 miles today. And then there's two things that work in your brain when you're a 40-year-old. You're like, there's one side that's like, dude, I got this. And then there's the other side that's like, dude, maybe things are different now. And then this side's like, dude, shut the fuck up. And this side's like, look, I hear you. But maybe you should listen to me a little bit more. And then it's like, oh, yeah? Well, I'll ride 95 miles just to shut you up, me. And then this side's like, all right, man. Well, you'll see. Yeah, fine. Do what you want. You're an adult. Do what you want. But don't say it. Don't say I didn't tell you so. 95 miles later. All right, dude. Why didn't you tell me that this was serious? And then that's just like this ongoing. And then the next day you forget again. So I've been doing that. Bought my first pair of New Balance shoes a couple of months ago. That was a sad day. That was a sad day. Um, but here's the thing. This is two sides again. I don't need hold on. I don't need fucking New Balances, dude. They're more comfortable. Plus, there's some good collaborations now, and they're actually looking better than they used to. They're like, it doesn't look like the official shoe of every writer in a writer's room or an accountant hanging out with his family in a theme park on a weekend. You fucking don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm going to wear these checkered slip on Vans until I'm dead. Bury me in them, as a matter of fact, because they're comfortable. Which that's what I'm wearing now, my checkered slip-ons. Not with the black stripe around the side. The OG ones, no stripe. It's the only way to go. I put the New Balances on. I got them in like orange and something else, and also they're cheap. They were like $50, and I wore them, and I'm like, oh man, there is no denying it. Fuck. Now I wear them. What does that mean? You're just giving little bits away, you know? You're just trading out this thing that was all about like cool, So it's like a little bit of discomfort equals cool, usually. Something that's cool is rarely comfortable. And then you're like, fuck, maybe the New Balances are the way to go. It's way more comfortable. Less cool, more comfortable. And that's when you just start. The next thing you know, I'm wearing fucking cargo shorts. I'm wearing like one of those breathable, like, Nike quick dry fucking, but the t-shirt version, so it's not even like a workout shirt, but it's more breathable and it's humid out. I got my fucking cell phone belt clip thing because it's like, well, it takes up space in the pocket, and if I sit down, that that hurts your studies show that's bad for your back, and I don't want my back already hurts. Next thing I know, I'm gonna have a fucking Batman style belt thing with all. I already have one for my camera. I already succumbed to that. I'll have one for my Claritin fucking belt pouch thing. Forgot to take Claritin at home. Thank God it's in my trusty utility belt. Take that, allergens. That's what's happening, dude. And you know what? I'm not gonna deny it. Certain things, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna do a lot of walking today. Strap on the New Balances. Here we go. 1 mile and under, checkered Vans, man. 90s SoCal till I fucking die. So it kind of sucks. Yesterday I walked around. I was like, I needed to think. And I usually do a lot of my thinking on the bike. So I'm like, well, I took the day off the bike, so I'm going to think on foot. Strap the trusty film camera to my utility belt. I got one of those you can clip it in either way, so it can face you face down. If it faces you, you can take off the lens, put on another one. It's made by Peak Design. It's pretty good. And I strapped that on, put my camera on the belt, and just started walking, and then I wore my checkered Vans, and about a mile in, my back started to hurt, and I was like, Nick, you're an idiot. Why didn't you wear the New Balances? Well, the answer is they didn't go with my outfit. I wanted to go black, light gray, dirty black and white checkered Vans. Fucking classic look, never gets old. The orange New Balances would have kind of Halloweened it up a little bit. We don't want that. We don't want Halloween. We just want 90s skater dude. And then by the time I got home, I think I probably walked like 5 miles. By the time I got home, whole back fucking frozen, couldn't bend down without going like, ugh. I sound like my dog when he's stretching now. Now that he's older, he's like 10 and a half. Every time he gets up, he's like, sometimes we do it at the same time. I'm like, are you mocking me, Ricky? You fuck. So we'll both get up and we'll be like, oh. He does it when he sits down. Now I'll sit down and go, oh. So now I do that too. And I'm like, because he's 10. So that's in dog years. That's like, I don't know. He's in his late 60s. I don't know if it's like 7 years, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. So now I feel like I'm a senior citizen like him. I'm like, we're both getting our grays, buddy. Me and you. So I got the belt clip for the camera. Got the New Balances. Got chinos. That's another thing. You're like, maybe jeans aren't the most comfortable anymore. And you're like, oh, who the fuck just said that? I did. Fuck. So you find yourself wearing chinos 1 or 2 more days a week, and you're like, dude, these are more comfortable than my Raws. So who fucking knows what I'm gonna look like? This, when I do the special, might be the last cool outfit I wear. That might be final nail in the outfit coffin. Might be that special. I'm gonna fucking look so badass, and then after that, I'm wearing a fucking potato sack and New Balances. That's it. Cotton lined potato sack. It's that material would feel really uncomfortable. We know that. Obviously, I do a custom ordered cotton lined potato sack New Balances. Brown and orange go good together. There we go. And then I'll do the next special in the potato sack. If you don't already know, I have a sponsor. Keto Chris, man. I genuinely love these things. I eat them all the time. This is not like, hey, here's a sponsor, just do it. I reached out to them because I'm like, I eat these things on bike rides when I'm traveling, so I don't eat something shitty at the airport. They're the only like proteiny, energy-ish bars that actually taste fucking great. So I mean it when I say it. These are really good. I have an affiliate link. There'll be one in the description and in the podcast. Um, so if you, this is actually an old code. This isn't right. Let's fix that. There we go. So if you try them, use that code, you get 20% off, and then I get money too. So you can support the podcast that way, and then you can also support your taste buds and allow them to eat something that tastes good and not like chalk mixed with cocoa powder or whatever the fuck else these energy. I don't even want to call it an energy bar. It's not like an energy bar. It's just like a fucking health bar, I guess. But that chocolate mint flavor right there, delicious. That chocolate raspberry, also good. And the blackberry and almond uh, one tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can't eat enough of them. They're so good. So thank you, Keto Chris. TasteCanDo.com. That's the parent company, and then Keto Crisp is the name of the bar. They're awesome. So go buy some, try them out. If you don't love them, I don't know what's wrong with you because they are legit the best. The best. Anyway, do that. And then real quick, the GoFundMe, that's outdated because we're way further than that, guys. Get out of here. Picture. Also that picture. I'm an idiot for not having an updated thing. Let's get out of that screen. We are at 13,942. Dude, we're $1,052 away from the end goal. Obviously, if it goes higher, even better. This way I can make it look as professional as it needs to and not have to I'm already cutting a lot of corners, so there's a threshold where if you cut any more, then it just starts looking amateurish. I've hired a DP, a production designer, an editor. We've had the conversations. We've figured out what can we do, what don't we need in order to make this still look professional and like beautiful, So that's why the goal raised a little bit. Plus, the donations were still coming in after 12K, and so they were like, raise it to 15. Let's make it happen. And we're almost there. And this way, I don't have to ask favors. Really, I can hire people and pay them what they deserve, and what they're asking for, which is what I want. I want to work with people who are really good and want to be there because they're not going to like resent doing a favor halfway through where they're like, oh, I could have taken another job, or like, this is more work than I thought it would be, or something like that. It's like, no, hi, you're hired. Here's money. Let's work together. We'll make it fun. And then that level of, desire to be there is going to also help make it really good. So if you have already donated to this, thank you very much. And if you haven't yet, there's a link in this podcast. There's a link on my Instagram. There is a link on my website. Anywhere. My last Facebook post, if you still use that. Twitter. It's everywhere. Click the link. Donate if you can. And if you haven't, maybe you haven't seen it, fine. I'll probably bother you again. And if you have seen it and are just ignoring it, I thought we were friends. I really did. Um, I'd rather hear that you saw it and you're like, I don't care. I don't want to. That's not what I do. I don't donate to anything ever. I'd rather hear that if you're my friend. Your friends give it to you straight. They don't ignore you. Um, but you know, what can you do? Um, but that's the idea behind this thing is when I was first starting to put this together, where I was like, all right, I'm gonna raise money and then I'm gonna reach out to people and places where I'm gonna need a venue, I'm gonna need production design stuff, and um, there comes a time in your in your like your planning where you're like, so and so's not getting back to me, or like, should I call this place again? And I feel weird bothering them. I have learned that you need to be a little bit more annoying. In your mind, where you're like, oh, this is going to get annoying. That's fine. You need to be 29% more annoying in order to get what you want done. I've done this when I'm like, hey, can you read the script? Give me notes. Watch this video. See, I'm submitting it for that. What do you think? You have to follow up. You have to be a little bit annoying because it only really feels annoying to you. Odds are the people who are like, yeah, I'll do that, just forgot. They're busy. They have their own shit. They're probably annoying someone else about something and they're thinking about that. So you just kind of have to just poke a little, hey, sorry, dude. And usually they'll go, oh, fuck, you're right, man. Thanks for reminding me. And then they'll do the thing. And sure, behind the scenes, maybe they're like, oh, just fucking do it already. Fuck you. They'll get over it, And maybe if you do that too much, that's a problem. But if it's once or twice and if it's like a big deal thing, they're fine. I've had people do that with me, and I'm like, you know what? That is a little irritating, but I get it, dude. You need to hustle and make it happen. So good. Bother me a little bit. Um, and I think the word annoy and bother will soon just be replaced with just it's what we got to do. That's how it gets done now. Everyone's supporting everyone because it seems less and less like there are networks and streamers and agents and managers that are doing that job anymore, like from the early stages. When you meet with someone or you're trying to pitch something, they go, yeah, it's a great idea. It's a really good idea for a show. Do you happen to have a YouTube series already planned, funded, shot, and has 1 million views per episode? Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, do that and then come back to us. If I fucking do that, what am I going to need you for? And how do you get that done? How do you produce a whole series or a special or whatever without all this money in the bank? If you're not already playing theaters and shit and have all the money, and if you are, the streamers are already coming to you. So it's like early on when we were like trying to book commercials and small roles on TV shows. It's like, well, you can't book something if you haven't already booked something. Well, how the fuck am I going to book something? Let me book something then. Then I'll have booked something and I can book the next thing. How do you do it? You fucking get in there. You find a way in. I just wish I did this sooner. I mean, I was going to do it before COVID. I was going to mostly fund it myself, and then all the fucking money just vanished into surviving. But yeah, man, figure out what too annoying is, and it's individual by individual. Some people are going to be extra just bothered by any phone call or too many texts or whatever, and cut that in half. And then add a couple more. Be 29% more annoying to get what you want done. A lot of people appreciate the hustle. Some people just are a little bothered. Then they get over it and they understand and they go, and then they see the thing you did and you go, oh, that's actually really good, man. I'm glad I was able to help out. Some people are just having a bad day and they go, fuck. And then the next day they're fine and they go, okay, yeah, I'll do it. There is, there's a ceiling. There's you could be too annoying, I guess. And maybe I hit that point with a couple people, but that's fine. I'll lose a friend or two. Um, they probably weren't good friends anyway. So anyway, those are the things you just have to sort of contend with. And that, I sort of like understand people that are like on a way, way higher level. Like, I think sometimes people will get labeled a certain way because it's like they were just trying to push through. People were ignoring them and they were just trying to get it done. And then you wonder, like, were those people labeled assholes and then they weren't really? Some people full on are assholes. They will just stab people in the back and step all over you just to get what they want and be selfish and rude. And that's not okay. I know a lot of people like that, and you're just like, God, how do they keep succeeding? And those people should burn, fuck them. But there's some people when you go, oh yeah, man, maybe someone was jealous and they were talking shit about them. It's just it's a lot more nuanced than it looks. I know friends of mine who like, they crawled and fucking scraped and climbed to get where they were. And then you meet someone, just, an audience member on the road, and like, yeah, I heard that guy was a dick. And you're like, wait, what? You don't even know anything about it. Why would you? Because they heard someone say something like that on a podcast or whatever. And then it just, people were more likely to spread that rumor that someone's an asshole than someone was just a hard worker and maybe had to be 29% more annoying to get them to listen. Because believe me, man, most of my career has been people not listening. We don't care enough. You don't have enough. You don't this enough. And then one day you do, and then they'll pretend they loved you the entire time. There's no rules to this shit. It's more so than ever. There are less and less rules. You just figure it out, do it, find a way. Then when you have the numbers and the followers, then they'll act like you were great from day fucking one. Oh, we always knew, man. I'm glad we can work it out now. I'm glad we can work together now. Get 2 million TikTok followers, Even with this thing, I'm not even raising that much money, and people are hitting me up in DMs. Yo, man, if you need this or that, I'd love to work with you on this and this. And you're just like, okay, now because you can get paid. Good. I get it. It's a business. That's how it's always been. Awesome. I don't know. I'm glad I can work with the people I want to work with. That's the most important thing. I'm glad this fundraiser allowed me to select who I wanted and be able to make this how I want to make it. And that's important. It's a lot more work. I mean, you have no idea. It is all day, all night. I'm a one-man production company. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth the stress and the indigestion and the fucking just slamming my fist against my desk at fucking 1 a.m. It's worth it. I don't know what else I'd rather do. I'd rather have all this stress and figure out how to make something and be on my way to making it than just like, what do I do now? Anyhow, I guess if you want to make the thing, find a way to make it. And if you're like, God, I'd be more annoying if I pressed a little more to really remind people, do it. See what happens. I'm certainly glad I did. I can't think of a single person who has said, like, dude, fucking stop. You're bothering us. And if they do feel that way, I want them to let me know. Anyhow, that's one of the things I've learned so far. I have a venue ready. I'm going to announce that the moment the ticket links and all that go up. It's just, this is, places move so slow sometimes. It's like this on the road too. When you're playing smaller indie venues, they will wait until like 10 days before the show to put up a link for tickets sometimes. And then they're like, yeah, it's been a slow week. I wonder why. No one knew where to get a ticket. They looked, oh, it's not there. Maybe the show's canceled. My attention span is maxed out now. I'm going to go on to the next thing. These indie venues are funny, man. They just like, they'll do them. So a lot of times the minimal effort and then they get by on that. So they're like, oh, it's fine. Be like, okay, well, it's fine for you, I guess. Don't yell at me if place is half full when it could have been 3/4 full. Anyway, I don't know. This was kind of like a check in on what's been going on episode. I took a little extra time off because I've been running around trying to, get this fundraiser going, which is no excuse, but that's how I've been doing. I am under a fuckload of stress. I haven't been meditating enough. I should be doing that every day. Why am I slipping? That's one of the most important things, dude. Every day, 10 minutes. I use the Waking Up app, and it's great. It really is great. And they even have a thing where if you can't afford it, you send them an email and they'll give you a year free. It's not a joke. They will do it. I can't recommend meditation enough. It's amazing for stress. It helps you sleep better at night if you do it right before bed. So what I usually do is I do it right when I wake up. If I don't wake up in a tornado of stress going, I gotta figure out, must panic, get it done. That usually doesn't work. That usually doesn't get it done. Which is where long bike rides help. Walking, taking photos, just clearing your mind and focusing on one thing allows me to relax. It's like just like focusing on the breath would when you're meditating. There's other ways to be meditative, than just meditating. Those are my 3 things. Biking, walking around, taking some pictures, and just flat out meditation. And sitting in a float tank if you have access to one. Or a float spa somewhere can be good. But that's like, that one costs money. So like the free ones are walking, biking, and straight up meditation, breath work, sitting down in your own house or apartment. Those get you through the day. They make me feel so much better. And when I meditate before bed, I sleep better. I really do. This is just an out loud reminder to myself that I should be meditating more. And so should you. Try it. You have nothing to lose. It's one of those things I wish I would have started earlier. Meditation, boxing. Those are the 2 things I wish I started a lot earlier. Comedy is the one thing I did start early enough. And look how it hasn't paid off. No, I appreciate everything that's happened in the 70 years that I've been doing this. I don't know, man. I think that's all I got for you today. I'm going to try and see you tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow. Hold me to it. That's it, y'all. That's it, y'all.
It's the end of the show. Like, subscribe, and comment. Don't be a dick.